Iran on edge, army chief's warning amid tensions, what it really means for Khamenei and the regime. Today we're diving into a major development in Iran that's sparking serious global attention. But not for the reason you might have heard online. There's no credible evidence that Iran's army chief, Major General Amir Khatami, staged a coup or directly threatened Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's life. What is happening, however, is part of a high-stakes political and military confrontation involving Iran's leadership, regional tensions with the US and Israel, and growing internal unrest. Iran is currently facing one of the most complex sets of pressures it's seen in years. Widespread protests triggered by economic hardship, inflation, and a collapsing currency. Escalating international tensions, especially with the United States and Israel, and the aftermath of a devastating 12-day military conflict in June 2025 that killed several of Iran's top commanders. This situation has heightened fears, rumours, and social media speculation, including claims of coups and threats against Ayatollah Khamenei. But mainstream reporting does not confirm such a coup has taken place. Major General Amir Khatami is the commander-in-chief of the regular Iranian army, known as the Artesh. He took over the position after Iran's previous senior military figures were killed during intense Israeli strikes in 2025. Khatami is not the most powerful military official in Iran. That title rests with the leadership of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and its commanders, nor is he the head of the entire Iranian armed forces system. That authority ultimately answers to the supreme leader, so claims that Khatami staged a coup against Khamenei do not align with how Iran's political military hierarchy is structured. What Khatami has been doing publicly is issuing strong military warnings. In early January 2026, he addressed military academy students and national audiences, stating that Iran views increasing hostile rhetoric, particularly by US leaders, as a serious threat that could provoke defensive responses. According to state media reporting, he said Iran will not leave such rhetoric without a response, and warned enemies against miscalculation. These statements came in the context of rising tensions between Iran and the United States, especially after US criticism of Tehran's handling of protests and economic collapse. Meanwhile, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei remains the ultimate authority in Iran's political and military system. Recent official statements from Iranian government leaders, including President Masoud Pezeshkian, have stressed that any external attack against Khamenei would be treated as a declaration of war. This is part of Iran's broader defensive posture amid fears of foreign intervention, but it's aimed at external threats, not internal coups. The Guardian. There is currently no credible report from reputable news outlets that any Iranian military commander is plotting to overthrow or harm the supreme leader. So why is this story gaining traction? Because Iran is at a geopolitical crossroads. The US has signalled support for Iranian protest movements, heightening Tehran's defensive rhetoric. Iran is facing economic unrest on the streets and punitive sanctions from abroad. Both its military and civilian leadership are trying to assert control and deter foreign pressure. In this climate, military leaders reiterating strong warnings can easily be misinterpreted, especially on social media, as signs of internal conflict, when in fact they're part of a public stance of deterrence. Let's be clear, no reliable source confirms the coup by Amir Khatami. No factual reporting indicates Khamenei's life is in immediate danger from inside Iran's military. What is happening is heightened tension, both internal and external, and officials are speaking loudly about Iran's sovereignty and readiness to defend